What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, as always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. So every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's get into this Terrell Owens subject. Now, Terrell Owens, I think it's Terrell, said something a few days ago that has got a lot. Well, you know what? Truth be told, I'm not even finna tell that lie. It's been on some of these, social media platforms, some websites, news websites, but it hasn't really been a big brouhaha about it. And I think I know why. And I'm about to get into it. So I haven't read this whole article. It's a short article, but I just want to get it straight into it and just speak off the rip, But this is from the Atlanta Black Star, and it says Terrell Owens claims he gravitated towards dating white women because black women teased him for being dark-skinned. Now, I have done a video or two expressing my disdain, my disgust, and I would even use the word hatred for people, our people, grown people. Let me just say it like this. I hate when I see grown women talk down, say something bad about their girls, children. Whether they're trying to be funny, whether they're trying to be just, I ain't got no filter. I say what I want, what I'm saying? I ain't got no filter. It's just who I am. Stuff like that. And you're probably saying, like, who would do that? Must be an evil person. A lot of times it's not. It's just the way they was raised, what they believe. Like, I just hate when somebody, I hear women tell young girls how their hair look. The color, like why they so dark, or if they're, oh girl, you're gaining too much weight, you're getting fat, things like that. That type of stuff. It really plays in the psyche of a person, of an individual. And it starts during the child rearing days. That's why, it's called rearing, because you're raising a child. As the scriptures say, in the way they need to go. So children, those years, if we don't realize, if we don't understand, they're not just there for you to have a child and just throw that sun gun in the corner and just let them sit there and grow, eat shit and whatever. Then when they turn 13, you're going to tell them everything they need to know. And then when they're 18, you kick them out the house. That's not how it works. From the moment your child is conceived, you should be try to think more positively, live more positively, like eat right, exercise, surround yourself with positive images, positive people, sing songs that are positive, read, do things to where, like I say, diet and exercise for sure. Do things to where that child that's growing in you, women, because you're the only ones that grow babies. I don't care what the heck these alphabet groups try to tell you, to help grow that child and make the child healthy. Then when that child comes out, you continue to do the same thing for the child. From the moment that it comes out, you continue to do that. You breastfeed, adding on, feed it, proper foods, you eating right, whatever. And then, and you talk to them, you sing to them, you read to them, whatever, and you continue to do this thing on a daily basis. Parenting is not easy. That's why you need to have two of y'all, at least two of y'all, to help with that child. When I say at least, I mean not going and find like 5 or 6 other baby daddies. I mean, you, the child's father, his parents, your parents, maybe other kids in the neighbor, family. We got older kids help out, but it's like I say, parenting is not easy. So you need all the positive influences. So that child, when he becomes grown, they appreciate what they learn as a kid. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. You raise a child and you teach them to be positive. And one thing you most definitely have to teach them is to not be quick to down, to denigrate, to quote unquote, they say judge, but the definitions are skewed on that, their own people. And you as a parent most definitely should not be the one that does that. But that talks bad about, like I say, your own child. So, ooh, because, I've seen it. A lot of these women, they'll say, that boy's ugly, that boy's no good. He just like his father, he's gonna be sorry. And this, that, and that boy's bad. That child is bad. That girl hair, I can't do nothing with that girl. That girl hair is terrible. I'm going to cut it all off for her. I don't know why this girl gained so much weight. She, so fat, she need to drink some water. Stuff like that. Because, hey, I had a grandmother who was like that. Loved to death, but she used to do that, to just hell anybody once she got older. And I know how that played on the psyche of some of the females in our family. But the older people, they don't realize what that does. How a child is raised. Like I say, it plays a big part in the way he feels growing up to where sometimes it takes a major change for them to think differently. But anyway, so I say that. So let me get into this. Let me get into this article, right? It says former NFL player Terrell Owens recently had a rather interesting discussion about interracial dating with Chad Ochocinco on Instagram Live. Owens shared that he was pushed into the arms of white women by black women who rejected him because of his looks. Now, I know black women gonna talk bad about him, call him probably beta male, sorry guy, understand? Whatever, feeling, trying to be a victim and things, and maybe he just need to grow up and be a man. But again, think about how you act. Think about your attitude towards people, or just towards life in general. How negative or how positive you see the world. Then go back to your childhood and tell me if anywhere in your childhood played a part in developing the person that you are. And I'm going to answer for you, and I'm going to say yes, probably the majority, at least 75 to 80, probably even 100% of how you was raised, where you was raised, and who you was raised by. Who you spend most of your time with has created the person that you are now. I know a story of a young lady who sister, she's a sister, dark skinned, beautiful, chocolate skinned sister who was, I guess, raised in a not so steady family in the beginning, but she ended up, I think she got adopted by a white family, ended up going to all white schools, hang around white folk. And as she got older, and she was still young though, as she got older, she started to have, for some reason, a hatred for herself, for her own skin color, for her people. But it's because of how her people treated her, because they dogged her because of the color of her skin. When I say her people, I mean our people. Because she was dark skinned. And then you go to hanging with white people who may say things a little different, may say the same thing, but say it a little different to where it doesn't really hurt your feelings because you're not part of that other group that's not that good. How they'll say, oh man, you one of the good ones, and you ain't like the others and stuff like that. And these white folks have never met a black person in their life. They're just going by what they hear. But anyway, so like I said, she got older, she had a disdain for black people, couldn't stand them, didn't want to be around them. You know what I'm saying? Thought she was, as we would say, thought she was white. But that's just it. It's the way she was raised. And so people look at her and get mad at her by the way she feels. But the problem is, it's not her. It's not her. And that's something that in order for that to change, it's going to take maybe some counseling, for real, a really in-depth look at life. She had to go through some crazy with these white people to where she's going to be like, man, this is I've been seeing this all wrong or whatever. So the way she can have love for herself, because basically it's just you hate the way you look, but then somebody over here It's saying, hey, smiling at you, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, somebody's actually, trying to talk to me. Oh man, let me see what's going on. They could be the biggest devil in the world, but how would you know? Because over here, these people treated you like the devil from the jump, but these folks is hiding it. It may have ill intentions later, but it don't matter. You don't know no better. So yeah, a lot of times the problem is when kids grow up in here, matter of fact, all of y'all who got old yearbooks, old school pictures, go back and look at them. I went back and looked at, I got like school pictures from first grade, freaking family pictures when they was young, yearbook. I still got yearbooks from elementary, junior high, and high school. And I'm looking at those pictures from then and look at myself now. And boy, I thought I looked pretty damn well back then. I thought I was kind of a handsome dude, but you look back and look at me now like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? You look at everybody like, man, we all look goofy back in the day. We thought that was we thought we was cool and fly back in the high school days. But shoot, when you get grown and you look back at your kid pictures, your childhood pictures, you like, man. That's why we always say, man, don't show nobody them pictures. Matter of fact, only why we still got them yearbooks, especially when your parents got them. And they pull them out and show you. You know what I'm saying? Show your date or your fiance or your wife or husband or whatever. And they like, look at my baby when they look like, mama, don't show nobody them pictures. And they just smiling because they love you to death, but they trying to be funny too, but they just love you to death and everybody getting a big kick out of your pictures. But like I say, you look at, hell, even my own kids see old yearbook pictures and they're like, Daddy, is that you? Oh my gosh, but whatever. Anyway, he says, my first experiences with black women growing up wasn't good when I started dating white girls. My first experience was when I was in college. I tried to date some black girls. When I was in college, they did not like me. I was skinny, I was scrawny. He said to Johnson. I'm gonna touch on a little subject. I'm gonna do it in another video about Evan K. Williams that's been hitting the airwaves. Evan K. Williams say a lot of sisters need to start looking to, settle down or meet someone in college. A lot of women need to do that because as the older you get, it's going to be harder and harder pretty much for you to settle down and find that right dude. I've said that before myself. Like I say, I'm going to touch on a little more on the video I'm about to do. So I'm not going to say too much, but she's pretty much right. To increase, nothing is 100% guaranteed. People always think you're going to find the perfect solution and it's going to work in everything. But the problem is there's nothing out there 100% guaranteed that is, except that if you were born, you're going to die. Period. Happiness, nah. Ain't going to be a whole lot of that in your life. I ain't going to compare it to just being not happy or just being content, but being elated, happy, smiling all the time, feeling euphoric 24/7 a day with your mate or hell with anybody in life. It just ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. But the key is to try to increase your chances of success. And that is usually a hard road. It takes work, takes time, it takes effort. It's nothing easy about it. You're not gonna just meet Mr. Right and just, ride up to the sunset, live happily ever after. That just does not happen in real life. So you have to look at what a person not only has, but what their potential is. And I'm not, I don't want to say potential like, man, everybody got the potential to make millions and be a six-figure earner and, make all this money. Nah, that's bullcorn. Everybody don't have that potential. I mean, they have the ability, but ain't enough people out there trying to get out there and get it. You understand what I'm saying? So a person can talk good game. Man, got this idea, man. If I can get this idea off the ground, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't gravitate towards that. What you need to do is gravitate towards people that are actually putting in the work, even if they are struggling to get it going, but they're actually putting in effort and stuff, because that lets you know that that's true potential. So anyone in college that's going to school. I don't give a doggone if he is an athlete. You know what I'm saying? If he's like, hopefully, you know, getting educated and trying to make something of himself. If you're trying to make something of yourself, what's the problem? That might be the perfect dude. Then you might not can get that 6'3", 215 pound, 3% body fat guy, you know, in high school or college. Hell, I think my dad is 5'7", you know what I'm saying? But my mom was like 5'3", something like that. I'm 5'10", but should have been 6 foot from what the doctors tell me. But my knees was all jacked up when I was younger, and growth plates didn't quite heal or grow right. And they said, you know, I should have been at least. But anyway, I was hoping that I could get there until up to about, you know, the age of 27, because they said the human body continues to grow, stop growing at 27. I'm like, damn, but that's 10 to 20 years ago. Anyway, go back to the story. They said, I tried to date some black girl, did not like my skin. He said to Johnson, the former 49er player, claimed he used to get teased between high school and college for being dark skinned. And that's the issue that I have. We try to act like the white folks are so racist, which some of them are, you know, prejudice or whatever. And that is a problem. That is a major problem. But we don't want to believe that colorism within our people is a problem. And it is. When people that look like you talk about you, a lot of times, for some reason, they hate themselves or how they look. So they'll find a flaw in you and hit you with it. The color of your skin should not be an issue amongst our people, period. This is a trained, inherited, innate feeling that we have gotten. I don't know where it started. I understand tribalism, you know, you can be part of certain tribes and don't like another tribe. Hell, that goes with like gang banging too, you know. But in this country, we should have been we are long overdue for teaching each other or having love for each other, and skin color not be an issue. Now we'll say, well, you know, Mouser back in the slave days, Mouser would put the light-skinned women in the house, and you know, the field Negroes would be a little light. You know, the light-skinned brothers would be like the, you know, the field Negroes. I mean, what you call it, like, what was Hoppin' Bob? You know, like the overseer or whatever. And then the dark-skinned big bucks, they'd be the one out there, you know, picking cotton and sugar cane and stuff like that. So we use that narrative and say, well, that's how it was, so that's where we learned it from. Well, you know what? Now that you know, why don't you change it? Now that you know, why don't you change it? Because now you're just being ignorant. I've never showed issue. And like I said, a lot of times this is an issue with black girls, women. I don't know why. It's dark skin, light skin, but I do know, I mean, I can already say, I can kind of see where it comes from on the male side, because a lot of us dudes, we like, you know what I'm saying, light skinned women, you know, so we gravitate toward light skinned girl, especially when we're younger. But that's also, but again, that's because of how we talk, what we are shown, like in the mainstream media, entertainment. It's the white girls, you know, show to be all beautiful and silky hair and this and the third, and then our women go and try to get these silk presses and you know, you got people that put these bleaching creams on, trying to lighten their skin up, and it's they don't understand, or get these blonde wigs and stuff like that, and not embracing their natural look. A lot of times, you know, just your diet, your exercise, and your stress levels can really make a difference. You know, plays a major part in how you look in the first place. But there shouldn't be an issue with skin, because me personally, let me say, I love women of, you know, all skin colors. You know what I'm saying? I think some, you know what I'm saying? think, well, I say like this. Me personally, I say, dang, I kind of wish I was like a dark skinned chocolate dude, smooth skin, like Candy and stuff like that. Chills of body and stuff like that. Like shit, man. If I was like that, probably walk around the streets butt naked. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. Seriously. Let's go back. There was a lot of self-esteem issues. I'm being dead honest. So when I got my opportunity, my first experience with a white girl, was like, okay, it wasn't bad. And it wasn't bad because they weren't talking about his skin. And it'd be like, how it was when you're young, like, ugh, you ugly. You know what I'm saying? That little other boy, what that little ugly boy want? Then the mama be the same. What that little ugly boy doing over here at my house? Or why you talking to that little ugly boy? The ugly little black skin. And I've seen it where moms will tell their daughter, don't bring that little, that little black so around here. You know what I'm saying? And then they get older and say, hey, I want to have grandbabies, but they make sure they have good hair. And their definition of good hair is like, it could be curly, but easy to manage. And how in the heck you gonna get that? Most of the time. That means you gotta find a white boy or a Spanish boy, anybody who's not of black African descent. And so there it goes. It starts there and it grows to the point where, like I say, it's self-hate, which is jacked up. He said, but T.O. insists that it didn't mean he only gravitated to white women, nor did it deter him from still dating or pursuing black girls. My thing now is because I know there's a stigma that the stereotypical athletes, go off and make money and date the opposite color, the opposite race. But for me, where I am, it's not even about color. It's not even about race for me, he explained. For me, it's about somebody I have some chemistry with and good energy and I get a good vibe with. That's where I am. And that's what y'all understanding. So he grows up with, all black neighborhood, all black wherever town, going to all black school. Like I said, he may not be the most handsomest dude out there, but he's going through hell trying to date these females. So he's upset. Then he gets a chance to go to college. Whatever, he gets a chance to go to college. He gets to college and he's seeing women of other races. Now, he's not understanding where they coming from. See, I remember a few years back that my oldest daughter was graduating, getting her last degree she got. And I'm sitting there, and we're sitting there in the stands. And next to me, I'm listening to these like it's a white family. It's like the parents, the grandparents, the kids, like they're in college or whatever. And I noticed there was two young ones there, and they're in college, or they was in college. I can't remember the conversation exactly, but those two was engaged. Two white kids engaged, going to college. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, my daughter, from what I know, she don't tell me everything. Hell, she in her 20s, she grown, but she tell me things sometimes. But my daughter does not do that. My daughter did not have that. And I'm like, I think we have taught our kids wrong. And I said it before, we were doing our girls a disservice, telling them to go to school, don't worry about no man, be able to take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah. Then once you get out of school, then you go find your man. Well, hell, by that time you're in your mid-20s, late 20s, and all them young dudes that I know you was attracted to, that you wanted to, have a chance to be with and maybe marry and have a family with, because you feel it in your bones, that guy's gone. He's either got him a woman of his own and starting a family, or got turned out and got a bunch of baby mamas and don't know how to act. But that guy's gone. And he, like I said, so he done turned to somebody, or the only thing that's left are dudes that really wouldn't be up to your caliber because they may not be educated, they may not be hard working, they might have been spoiled by their mamas and grandmamas and stuff. And so the pool is shrinking. But thing about college is, and I'm kind of uneasy because, like I said, my youngest daughter got her little boyfriend in college, you know what I'm saying? But hey, sometimes you got to try something. Like I say, nothing is 100% perfect. So it's no guarantee for it to work, but hey, you got to try something. But sometimes you got to think about it. Well, shoot, if all you meeting is no count dudes, well, that's because you hang around a bunch of no count dudes. You understand what I'm saying? But if you go to college, well, the pool of guys that y'all may think alike, got the same outlook on life, trying to become something, do something with your life. Really, you can't do too much better in increasing your chances of getting a great guy or girl than in college. But what I found out, I think, is that first semester, that first year, still kind of feel it out a little bit. But you can tell who is real and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people go to college. I'm just gonna go to college. You know what I'm saying? Go to junior college, get my basics. Okay. And they go there and they be there a couple semesters and they gone. But I know some friends of mine who did that, went to junior college. Hell, I graduated from junior college. Went to junior college, got basics at a third, and graduated, got great, got degrees and got in great careers and stuff now, and cool. But again, you can, like I said, you can kind of feel who's really serious about the school and who ain't, who just going to school, probably just a me girl, just to do because their grandma want them to go to college. Whatever. They really, they're gonna grow up and not really be about that. But that's fine. But like I said, you increase your chances of finding that guy with that same mentality of trying to become something productive in society at a college or a university or what have you. So, I mean, come on, you got to think of it that way. He said, somebody with chemistry and good energy, and I get that's where I am. Owens believes anyone who claims that looks and appearance don't matter are telling a lie. I attempted to date black girls when I was younger. I wasn't as handsome as I am now, he said. His remarks quickly sparked outrage on social media, with some claiming he's making excuses for dating white women. Quote, why you date white girls should never have anything to do with black women. Just say it's your preference and slide. See, that's what I'm talking about. People like that, is an angry person, an ignorant person with an ignorant view. Because again, like I said, people don't understand the way you are raised, how you are treated, what you are taught, and what you are forced to do as a child plays a big part in everything you do in life. If your father owns like a welding company and he, does great, and he has sons and he teaches them how to weld and then put them through school so they can start doing welding, and they do it, you can't say, man, you did great. You did it all on your own. That boy did, he got his own welding company. No. His dad, he had great rearing. His father taught him that. The woman, I know people are going to talk about, and it sounds so cliches now, know how to cook, clean, whatever. But you're great. The woman who's a great cook, who's athletic, who's smart, who goes to school, make good grades, is part of the community, goes to church singing the choir, I guess. Then goes to college and learn, and trying to make some of us say she want to help the community, be a lawyer, whatever the case may be. It's not that she just woke up one day and said, hey, this is what I want to do. No, it was something in her childhood that caused her to say, this is the way I want to do my life, whether it's because everybody doesn't think the same. Some people can grow up raised by drug addicts and alcoholics and say, man, I'm never going to touch that stuff because I see what it did to my family. Then you have some other people who can grow up in the same situation and turn out the same way their parents did. You got some people who could be in a somewhat look like a stable 2-parent household and grow up and try to follow that same pattern, them same footsteps as his parents. But then you got somebody who can grow up in that and somehow veered off, because as kids you always gonna test the water somewhere, but some of them get caught up, some of us get caught up and some of us don't, so and they veer off and they never get back on track, until later in life. And it's that's just how life is. But you can't sit here and say that it ain't got nothing to do with black women. The hell it doesn't. It got something to do with how he was raised. It got something to do with in his house. Because I'm quite sure his grandmother, his mother, his sisters, aunts, and everything talk bad about him too. As a kid. Now you can sit there and say, oh, he just got to grow up and be a man. Man, I see these women, how they raise these kids and why these boys become punks and stuff like that. And, you know, every time something happened, they cry and got their lips stuck out. Little boys and running to their mama and stuff like that. And I'm looking at this like, and I, being in my 40s, look at these boys and like, that boy ain't gonna make it. That boy gonna be soft and sorry as hell because his mama is treating him like a freaking baby. And he's 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. And you might think, oh, he's still a baby. No. If once that boy is old enough to walk and understand, once he open his eyes and understand and start taking information, you start training that boy like a boy. That's why you need a man in his life, a good man in his life. So that's why you got to pick your baby daddies wisely. Because they ain't got to be all hard. They ain't got to be street. Shoot, my daddy on hard in the street, but that dude don't play. Like I said, I hear stories about how him growing up with some of his friends and stuff that I knew nothing about my father. You know, like I said, shoot, but he wasn't. I ain't see him hanging out. Now I know my mom said when he was, when I was younger, he used to hang out, South Dallas drinking and stuff like that. But the years that I never seen it. No, I seen him drink beer and stuff like that, but I never seen how. But my point is, to me, you know what I'm saying, he was a man. He's a man. He's about his word, and he's a man of few words, and his yes means yes, and no's mean no's, and what he say goes, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of this, like I say, this coddling and baby stuff that, like I said, a lot of these females do, a lot of these old female ass dudes do. But anyway, let me keep going, because I'm getting, man. Let's see, boy, this is another quote. Boy, just say you trick your money off with white women, now that's gone, you're going to gaslight black women. He's saying a lot of nothing just to validate his preference. He's lying. The one he liked may not have liked him back, but I don't believe not one black girl liked him. Find her. If you're so adamant and sure that not one black girl liked him, and she was probably ugly too. If she did, she was probably ugly. He probably thought she was ugly. You see what I'm saying? This is why. If think about this. If we didn't see people of other races, if we didn't have TV, newspaper, or the media showing us what beauty is supposed to be, you wouldn't see an ugly girl. You wouldn't see an ugly dude. Now that might be some throwed out people. Let me go back. But all things equal, and you were only around your people, you wouldn't see none of the people would be ugly. You wouldn't be foolish enough to call them people ugly. But what's crazy is I've seen fat people call fat people fat. Talking about them, trying to dog them. I've seen, like I say, black people talk about another black person's skin, and they got the same color skin. I don't understand that. And man, like I say, when I sit here and I hear a woman say something about a girl, a young girl's hair, whether it be her daughter, anything, or her niece or whatever, man, I'll be the first one to say something. Man, I'll be like, don't do that. Don't ever talk bad about it. I tell them straight up, right there. Don't ever talk bad. No, I'll pull it to the side, take the girl away, or that little kid away. I'll be like, look, don't ever talk bad about no child. Don't, especially no little girl. I'm a dude. You should know how hard y'all got it out there. You should know how hard it's out there for young black sisters to fit in. Because y'all try so damn hard to spend so many billions of dollars on your looks, on your hair, these freaking snuffleupagus eyebrows, your makeup, body shapers, all this kind of stuff. You ain't eating right. You ain't eating worth the crap. You're still eating your pork and all that kind of stuff, and your snacks and stuff like that. You ain't exercising, but you're trying to find ways to make that whatever you got, try to shape it wrong, and you're messing up, putting all these chemicals in your body, and you're getting cancers, and then these waist trainers are jacking up your intestines because you push them in places where they ain't supposed to be. Then them sun guns get deformed, they might even start sticking together. All can wear these heels that put your toes like this, when they're supposed to be like this or whatever, and now you can't, now your toes are bad. You got jacked up feet, bad ankles, knees all hurt, back hurt. For what? You don't see us doing that. Not to that level. You know what I'm saying? I brush my hair, put a little wave grease in there, try to keep a little edge up, try to stay trim. You know what I'm saying? I change my diet, trying to exercise more, being more healthy, and that's about it. Trying to do things natural. You either like me or you don't. Period. But I gotta, I'm doing stuff for myself. That's what I'm saying. But no, that ain't the way to go. Let's see. One person who believes Owens wrote, white girls will line up to date the awkward black guy that isn't what is considered handsome, found or cute. Well, a lot of times those are the throwed off white girls. Those are the white girls that white men don't want most of the time. And a lot of times, white girls, let's just put it out there, have been trained to understand, to see potential, and to jump on it before it blossoms fully. So again, you grow up with a bunch of black girls. He grew up in the country, probably had no money, broke, this and the third. Got people who hate themselves, so they're gonna talk about you, so they can, portray, what do you call that? Put their hatred for themselves on somebody else. This is what you grow up with. You know what I'm saying? It plays your psyche all the time. You go to college, you meet different people. Some people with a little money, some people with a little more class. Some people who don't sit there and talk bad about people, learn how to treat people, and they learn how to manipulate people. And they see you as potential and like, oh, that guy's an athlete. Oh, let me go over there and say hi to him. And he's never had a bad experience with that woman, with that type of woman. Oh, she's in the dough. She's in the dough. Don't get mad at him if that's how you treated him growing up. He's in the dough. Or she's in the dough, whatever. And she, like I say, and she may not be as direct and like her sisters are. When it comes to treating him bad, by the time he figured out it's too late. But again, his grooming made him susceptible to what he went through because he didn't know how to deal with it. Let's say between 2009, 2011, the father of four had a reality series called The TL Show, which aired 3 seasons. The show documented his off-the-field success. As he navigated finding a new team to play for, moved to Los Angeles to dive into acting in his relationship and his ex, Carrie Klickenborg. The hell. Owens was previously married for 3 days to a white woman named Rachel Snyder, which ended in 2015. He also been romantically tied to a few actresses and reality stars such as Days of Our Lives star Felicia Terrell, Real Chance of Love reality star Kip Force. Kip Force, is that a woman? Really? I gotta look that up. Also known as Blonde Baller, and Candace Cabrera from Flavor of Love. As far as notable black actresses, it's been reported that he's dated Sanaa Lathan, Lisa Leslie, and Vivica A. Fox. Even though the 49-year-old likes himself and many women even though the 49-year-old likes himself and many women may like his looks now, the former football star is clear that not all white women like him. In 2022, Owens took to social media to call out a Karen who was reportedly harassing him while he was going to his mailbox. Okay, we shot the video. Yeah, she got charged, and I think the charges got dropped. You can go find it. He called her a Karen. It said, escalated. You're a black man approaching a white woman, she said, while sobbing in high pitch. But man, y'all gotta watch that video. Man, that heifer there, boy. But that's what we go through. That's what got a lot of us lynched over the years. In disbelief, the retired baller said, here she is crying. There's Karen. I swear to God, I have never been in a situation like this. Later added, I've seen it, but this is firsthand. Perhaps black women made him feel uncomfortable in the past, but now it seems that white women in their tears might have trumped those teas and honey dips from school. So yeah, like I said, sometimes you got to go through some things and be like, man, you know what? Here's how you look at it. It don't matter if they're white, black, Hispanic, or whatever, Asian. Shit, women are all the same. You gonna go through problems with them all anyway. So hey, deal with the devil that you know is the same. But anyway, that's all I want to say about that article. Interesting. Like I said, some people are gonna be mad at Terrell, the TO, but hey, it is what it is. You can't dispute, can't deny how the boy was raised, played a part in how he is. That's just it. Yeah, even myself, let me say, when I was younger, quick story, which I had nothing too much to do about this, but just pay attention because basically you got your own story that you can put out there and tell the truth, tell a real story about what you've been through throughout all life, not just one situation. But anyway, I can remember growing up as a kid. I was, I want to say maybe the first females I was attracted to were black girls, because I mean, hey, that's all that's all growing up in the neighborhood. Now, that's all you really around for the most part. Now, I went to private school for a few years in elementary, and there was a couple of black chicks there, and that's what gravitated to, like them, this and the third. Whatever. You get your ugly comments, this and the third, but I didn't take it that much. I was young. We talking about elementary. As got a couple years older, it's funny, 'cause I went to a public school, and for some reason there was this white girl that, said I was attracted to. Wrote her a letter. Anyway, she wrote it back. It wasn't nothing racist or nothing. It was just saying, like, how she didn't like me, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. It wasn't really hateful, this and the third. You can kind of see she wasn't feeling it, bro. So that is what it is. Boom. 3rd grade. 4th grade, I was another white girl that, I was attracted to. Now, we're talking about kids. You see how young I'm talking about this? So parents, talk to your children about relationships, sex, and all that kind of stuff when they're babies, because they understand. They see it. It's everywhere. They see what you do. It's everywhere. So don't be stupid and not talk about these kids. Talk about this stuff until they're like in junior high school. It's too late. It's too late. So, like I say, 4th grade, one girl, but I don't think I ever tried to talk to this and the third. White girl left alone. After that, it was on the black girls and Hispanics. The older I got, the more pro-black I got, more black conscious I got. I think that's what the turn came. And as years go on, it's like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, whatever. But my point is, like I said, it was the private school is where I saw the white girls and how they acted. And it was something different. They just was different than us. And I don't care who you are or where you from. When you see something different than what you're normally used to, you're either going to run from it or gravitate towards it, because it's something new, and that can go on until the day you die. Like I say, you can embrace it or you run from it. So you see, like I say, these women, and it's, these women are men of different races, and they act different than you do. You're going to kind of gravitate to it, try to see what it's about. And before you know it, you're enamored with it and you want to be a part of it or whatever. But then eventually sort of realize that the ice is not colder, that the grass is not green over there. And then you say, okay, hey, I'm gonna stick to what I know, stick to my own or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with figuring stuff out. I'm saying? No, you don't have to just listen to everybody and just follow their path. A lot of people that want you to do that have failed, or failures, continue to fail in life. You need to go out there and experience. And experience comes failure, comes heartache, but in the end comes understanding and learning. And that's what you got to take out of life, man. Like I say, it's nothing perfect. And nobody's perfect that we know of. And that's just it. And the thing about it, you can't judge, remember, because women quick to say, you ain't no judge me because of what I do and how this and the third. But brother come out here and tell his story, and now y'all judging this brother. Well, hey, he has a life just like you have a life, and he make choices just like you make choices, but and he lived through his choices, and he learned just like you should live and learn through your choices. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story, man. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.